Hello, everyone, and welcome to Essential Oils 201. I have my oils. Now what? I'm so excited that you guys could be here today, and I'm really excited to go over some of the information that I have planned for us. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it, and let's get started. So I have my oils. Now what? So I want to make sure that I go over my disclaimer that I am not a doctor. I am a wellness advocate and holistic health advisor. I do teach people how to enable their bodies to heal itself. I use natural methods as prevention and first approach to support the body in healing. And before you make any drastic changes to your way of life, please consult your doctor. So a little bit about me. So I am first a mother of two beautiful children. I am a daughter of a recovering woman who is recovering from cancer. I am a sister, and I am a wife. And I am a holistic health advisor and a wellness advocate with doTERRA. Now, some of the things that I do in just my daily life just to stay active is I do Olympic Taekwondo, so it's full contact Taekwondo. My entire family does it. That's us at the bottom right with my husband, my daughter, my son, and me. And then our extended family, which is our instructors and our master. And so we are very active and very much so about the natural life and natural remedies just from the things that we've encountered. And so you may be thinking to yourself at this point, what did I just buy? What did they tell me when I bought these? And so we all go through this point where we have a little bit of confusion and we have a couple of questions about the essential oils. But then we tend to put it off until later. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll figure it out tomorrow. When I need it, it'll be there. I'll get to it then. And instead of learning it and being proactive and doing it now, we end up putting a lot of it off. And so when something does come up and we have a health concern or our family member or a loved one has something that comes up, we go into what I call the scramble mode. And that's when we start looking for information and we start researching it on the computer and we get bogged down. There's just so much information out there. We don't know what's real from what's fake, what's true, what's not. And it becomes confusing. And we end up not knowing what the heck we're supposed to do. So what we want to really think about, and what I ask you now is, what does healthcare mean to you? What pops up in your mind when you think of healthcare? And for some people, that may be the waiting rooms, right? You drive all that way, something is going on, you've tried maybe some over-the-counter things, and now you're in the waiting room, either maybe in the emergency room, or you've made an appointment to see your doctor. And I love this one here because it's exactly what a lot of us go through. How long are you in for, right? That's kind of the waiting room mentality, is that you're sitting there and you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Or maybe it's the copay that comes to your mind. You're already paying for health insurance and you get there just to find out that you have a copay. Or like I was before I started taking my health into my own hands, I would go in to see my doctor and I would have a copay, and then the next month my copay would be something completely different. It just kept going up and up and up, and I would start arguing, well, why am I paying more? Or my copay for my doctor would be different than my specialist, and I would have to try and figure that out ahead of time, kind of budget for it. Or maybe it's the prescriptions that you have come to your mind. So you wait in the waiting room, you've paid your copay, you're paying your monthly for your health insurance, and 90% of the time after you've seen your doctor, you're walking out with some type of prescription. Maybe you don't need it, maybe you do, but now you're paying some extra dollars. Now ask yourself, what do you think of when you think of self-care? For some people, it's making sure that your skin is looking nice and that it's glossy and shiny and radiating with beauty, or it's the hair, making sure it's nice and lustrous and that it has a bounce to it. And we really take that into account. We really make sure that we're proactive. We're making sure our hair looks great and our skin looks great. Or maybe it's just that spa time, that me time, that's, soaking into a nice bath and you're relaxing. So what if, for a moment here, bear with me, what if you started thinking of healthcare the same way that you think of self-care, where you're proactive about it? And so instead of being reactive and waiting for that health concern to happen or a loved one to get sick or ill, we became proactive like we do with making sure our skin looks great or our hair looks great. We start making sure that our bodies feel great and they look great both outside and inside. And that we have to really start thinking about that natural cycle of life, that natural evolution. And we really remind ourselves that we are going to get older. That is an inevitable part of life. That our bodies will respond and react and repair itself far different when we are older than when we were younger. And so instead of waiting till we get to that certain point in their life, we start now and we start being proactive and taking care of ourselves now. Instead of getting bogged down about all the different health concerns and going through all these different health elements and then thinking about how we could have been proactive and then thinking about all the natural remedies, we start being proactive with a lot of these health concerns that we see every day. A friend, a neighbor, a loved one goes through one of these health concerns. And so instead of just sitting back and hoping and crossing your fingers that this doesn't end up being you, I ask you and I dare you to really start being proactive and using what nature has given us to own our health. Own your health. Be proactive in it. And know that you have a hand and where your health is going to be tomorrow, next week, a month from now, a year from now. Know that you are in full control of it, but you have to own your health. And so how do we do that? How do you own your health? Well, let's turn back to what nature is providing us. With all those medicines that are made of are the natural remedies that the earth is providing, only they make it a synthetic and they add stuff to it, and now it becomes a toxin that our body no longer recognizes. Now, if you think for a moment that maybe I'm just saying this because I love essential oils, I do, but take a look at a commercial. Any one of those commercials that are telling you that you can take this medicine and it's going to help you, you're going to get maybe 20, 30 seconds of what that medicine, what that toxin is going to really do for you. And then you're going to get 45 to 60 seconds of all the adverse effects that is going to lead to. So ask yourself, is it really, really, really going to benefit you to take it if you're just going to have to suffer something else? Or is there another way? Is there another option? And the answer is yes. There are things that the earth provides that will help you with any of your health concerns and really help you be preventative and proactive. And so some of you may have started your journey with the essential oils with one of these kits. And I want to pause here for a minute because I want to just congratulate you and encourage you to continue on with this path. You may have started with the Family Essentials Kit, the Cleanse and Restore Kit, or even the Natural Solutions Kit. Whatever you started with, great job on taking that first step in the right direction of owning your health. So let's talk about some of the things that we have here. Well, what you have is a better way of life. There are so many different ways that you can use the essential oils and products that you may have started with that are just going to help better your life. Now, all of us are at a different point in our life, and a lot of us are going through different health concerns, and we all respond to different things differently. But the reason that I really, really love the doTERRA products is because doTERRA recognizes that the essential oils and the health products and the products that are going to help remove toxins are not the only thing that you need to focus on when you are talking about your health. And for a holistic health advisor like me, that's really important. Taking the whole body and everything that's accompanied with it into account. So you want to make sure that you're building your pyramid of health with the right foundation, and that's eating right. And don't get me wrong, eating right can be a lot easier said than done. With the ways that food are made now and how processed things are, it can be really difficult to find natural, healthy ways of eating. But if you start taking just the smallest steps and improving how you eat or what you eat, it is going to help. If it's removing sugar out of the coffee that you're drinking, maybe supplementing that with sugar, that is a small step that's going to help you in the long run. Now, even if that is just one step that you're willing to take, great. You know, at lunchtime, instead of a bag of chips, it's an apple or a banana or an orange that you grab, even better. Exercising. Now, I know a lot of us just don't have the allotment of time to dedicate to going to the gym that maybe we were able to do when we were younger. But you know what? There are simple things that you can do to help implement and help exercise become part of your daily life. Even if it's going out on your lunch for work and maybe walking, or when you go to the grocery store, parking a little bit further away from the door so that you get those extra steps in. Cleaning your house is a great way of exercising. Getting up in the morning and just walking out to the curb and back to take a nice breath of fresh air and getting those extra steps in, that is great in improving the amount of exercise that you do. So you may not have to go and buy a gym membership or a whole bunch of gym equipment, but just doing some small extra things in your day by taking a couple of extra steps and moving on will help with improving the amount of exercise that you get. Rest and managing stress are huge. When they say stress can kill, it really can. Stress takes an immense amount of toll on your body. And every day we have a different amount of stress that we take in. And I'm not talking about just being a parent or having a job, but just environmental stresses of driving for some people can be very stressful. Walking through a store or a market can make people very tense. So using things like the essential oils to help reduce the amount of stress is going to help you live a longer, healthier life. And using the essential oils to get better rest is going to help with getting a much healthier, stable life. Reducing toxins, that is just as small as taking out fluoride out of your toothpaste. You're getting enough fluoride in your tap water because a lot of the water in the US is fluoride. They add fluoride to our water. So removing that out of your actual water will help, out of your toothpaste will help with removing toxins. Having the lemon of the essential oil and drinking that with your water is going to help with removing toxins and reducing toxins out of your day. Informed self-care, that's what we're doing right now. So staying on top of the information that you're needing is huge. Being informed is going to help reduce that scramble that we go through when we are sick or when something does happen. So keeping yourself informed and up to date, whether that's reaching out to the person who got you into the essential oils, taking a couple minutes out of your day just to do a little bit of research, or just being part of the different essential oil groups are really going to help keep you informed. And now that's all going to help build that pyramid to help you be proactive with your medical care. And that right there is going to be something that you can take into your hands and be the first point of response when anything happens in your health or in the health of the loved ones around you. So how do we get this? How do we get to make it easy? Now I ask you, if you have the essential oils and you purchase a kit, you got a single oil, and you have not opened one of them, I ask you to take a moment right now to step away and get your essential oils. Take them out of the box, take them out of the container that you have them in. If you have not opened them, open your essential oils. Take a moment to smell them. Take a moment to enjoy them. Make them part of your day. So these are just a couple of places in my home, and I tell you, if you came to my home, I have essential oils and my essential products all over my home. My oil stand is right center in my living room. If you walk in, you will see it. My kids get to it, my husband gets to it, and sometimes my dogs get to it. That is how much I make it a point to have my essential oils a focal point in my home. I want them out. I want them open, and I want them visible. That's going to be a constant reminder to myself that if anything happened, an ouchie, a boo-boo, a cut, a bruise, a headache, a migraine, a fever, any of that kind of stuff, anything that comes up, then I know that my essential oils are there. And now if it's an essential oil that I'm going to implement into my water or I cook with, I have them in my kitchen. So I have my lemon, my lime, my grapefruit, my slim and sassy, my basil, my rosemary. I have those all on my kitchen counter, right on the stand, either next to my water or next to my seasonings, just so that I remind myself to use those. Those should be the first things that I do. And it helps get more water into my system because, just to be honest with you, plain bland water is just not appealing to me. In my bathroom, I have my toothpaste, my On Guard toothpaste that's fluoride free. I have my homemade soaps. I have my spearmint on my little shot glass so that I can remind myself to gargle with it and use it as the mouthwash. I have it set up for day-to-day use, and I keep my children informed. I allow them to be part of the experience. So that there is my daughter making her own room blend, her little spray for 2017, just that she can be connected, and that anytime that she's going through any emotions, that she knows that she has something that she can turn to that's hers, that is related and chemically connected to her. So make your family part of this journey. Do not be afraid to let your little ones learn this. Let them know that there are other alternatives than just running out to the medical facilities or getting an over-the-counter medicine. Make sure that they understand that it is safe to use the essential oils. Now, some of the oils that I have to have, now this may change. You may ask me tomorrow, what's your top oils that you have to have? That may be completely different depending on when I'm going through, any health things that I'm working with, what the activities are for that day. But right now, some of the oils that I have to have is, one, Motivate. Now, this oil I put on right before this. Motivate is our encouraging blend. And this oil just gives you that nice boost and reminder that you can do anything, that you can get things done, that you can meet the deadline, that you have nothing to fear. And so I put this right on the pulse points of my wrist. I will rub it onto my chest. I will put it right under my nose. I will put it in my hands and cup my hands and inhale it. And it always gives me just that boost of motivation, that focus, that drive to get things done. Balance. Balance for me is something that I am very connected to. Now, I don't really talk about it a lot, but I will here with you today. I have thalassemia alpha. And alpha just means that I get it from my mother's side. Beta would mean that I get it from my father's side. And simply what that means is that the oxygen in my blood does not flow correctly, that my blood cells do not form correctly. And if I am not proactive with my health, that eventually, due to the lack of oxygen that circles through my blood, my organs will eventually shut down. So balance, when I learned about it, was an oil I had to have. Balance has the ability to help oxygen circulate through your blood. It helps your blood cells wake up and move. And so that was really important for me. And I just apply that right to the bottom of my feet so that I can have that circulate through my blood. And so the reason I put it on the bottom of my feet is because I have the biggest pores that everyone does. Everyone's biggest pores are on the bottom of their feet. And so when you put any essential oils there, it's going to help get it into your bloodstream because your blood also flows upward. And because your blood flows upward, having it start on the bottom of your feet with your essential oil is going to guarantee that that oil is going to circulate through your body. Now, balance is also a very grounding essential oil. So although I'm getting this nice boost of oxygen through my body and through my organs, I am also feeling very grounded, that my focus is going in the right direction and I know exactly what I need to get done. Frankincense, that is a must. If you wake up any day of the day, frankincense needs to be the oil that you have. Make it part of your daily regimen. When in doubt, use your frankincense. If for some reason you don't know what to use, you've done this research on the computers and it's just driving you crazy, and you don't know where to go, turn to your frankincense. That is going to be your buddy. Frankincense is great on the cellular level, making sure that your cells go through the correct life cycle so that they live and die according to their lifespan and they don't continue to live beyond that and turn into abnormal growth in the body that can lead to other health concerns. It is great for grounding, but it is really great for the brain. It's one of the only oils that can break through your blood-brain barrier, which is there to prevent toxins from getting to your brain. So because frankincense can pass through that barrier, it can help repair the brain. It's great for memory. It's great for brain fog. It's great for brain development. It is great on so many different levels. And now I put this on the bottom of my feet. I will put this on the back of my neck, right on the soft spot where my head connects to my actual neck and into my body. There's that little soft spot, and I will rub it right there. I'll put it in my hands as well and cup and breathe that in. I even diffuse frankincense as well. It is a beautiful aroma. And again, because it has that earthy tone, it is very grounding and calming. So it's good on the cells, it's great on the brain, and it's great for emotional stability. For people who suffer from anxiety or just the everyday stress, have frankincense there for you. Again, it is your buddy oil. Lemon. Lemon I have to have. This is how I reduce toxins in my everyday life. I add a drop of lemon into my cup of water, and lemon goes in and just helps really break down those toxins that get stuck in your system and helps your body flush them out. Now, a lot of people know that lemon is great, and they tend to just take a lemon and soak it in their water. Now, that's perfectly fine. You're not going to get very much essential oil out of a lemon that you just soak into the water because the oil is in the rind. What a lot of people will get when they do that is the acidic part of the actual lemon. Now, the acidic part of the lemon actually ends up causing some stomach issue or esophagus issues because of the acidic part of it. So the essential oil itself does not have the acidic part, so you won't have the irritation from the acid of the lemon. The essential oil is just going to give you all those really great compounds of the lemon to really help start moving those toxins out. Now, lemongrass. This is similar to lemon, other than its name. It is very detoxifying. Well, lemon is great for purifying the air. It's great for mental fatigue. It's great for pain. It's great for urinary tract infections. It's great for your overall bladder itself, your digestion system. A number of different things. So I always make sure that I have lemongrass in my arsenal of essential oils, because I just know that if I need something that's going to help with pain and purify, then I'm going to go ahead and turn to one of these oils. Lemongrass tends to be the one that I turn to a lot. Now, I know you're probably asking, well, so how do I use them? I have these oils here, or I'm looking to get these oils, but I really don't know how to use them. And I love this little picture too. Well, let's talk about that. There are a couple of different ways that you can use the essential oils. And now when I'm talking about the different ways of essential oils, know that I am purely talking about the different ways that you can use doTERRA's therapeutic grade essential oils. I cannot talk to any of the other essential oils that are out on the market. I use doTERRA's essential oil because they are certified therapeutic grade, and I know that they are pure, and I know the benefits that they will give you. Now, with the other ones on the market, be very, very careful on how you use them. I always tell people, if your bottle of lemon or lavender or a natural plant says do not consume on that essential oil bottle, you have to question why. If you bought peppermint essential oil from somewhere other than doTERRA and it says do not internalize, or it says nothing on that bottle, do not internalize it. I highly recommend that you do not use it, because if you cannot internalize it, there is something else in that bottle. And whether you are inhaling it, you are internalizing it, or you are putting it on your skin, whatever else is in there with the oil is getting absorbed into your system. And just like a toxin medicine, you are just now adding more toxins into your system. So be very, very careful and very conscientious of the essential oils that you're using. So again, I am purely talking about doTERRA's essential oils because those are the ones that I highly recommend to anyone who I am working with any health concern. Now, one of the ways that you can use it is aromatically. And this is probably the most common way that people use their essential oils. You can diffuse them, and that will help get the molecules and the compounds of those essential oils into the air. And what's great about diffusing them is it allows those compounds to linger in the air for a time to be. So even if your diffuser's off or you have it next to your bed and you're sleeping, you are going to be able to come in hours later and still take the benefits out of the air because of the essential oil. Now remember that you are your own diffuser as well. So you can put the essential oil on your chest and your body's going to heat up that oil and it's going to put it in the air. You can put it into your hands and cup your hands and inhale it that way. Or just rubbing it right underneath your nose is also going to help with getting the essential oil into the air and into your system. Now, the way that happens is that the essential oil, those compounds go into the air and they go through your nasal cavity. And then what they do is they trigger the olfactory bulb there. And the olfactory there is what helps trigger a lot of the different emotions with the essential oils, and it helps really with the response. And next to your olfactory is that limbic system, and that limbic system is really, really important to the emotional stability of anyone, really. And the reason that's important is because the limbic system is what helps trigger the emotional response. It is what keeps the memory of certain things. And so that's why when people are smelling the essential oil, they will get a response and an emotion or a memory. And so inhaling the essential oils is really great to give you the therapeutic part of it as far as the emotional parts. Another way that you can use the doTERRA essential oils is that you can internalize them. And so again, we are talking about doTERRA essential oils, and on our bottles, as you can see on the top left there, it'll say, for internal use, dilute 1 drop in 4 ounces of liquid. That means that you can put that into your water, you can put it into your food, you can put a drop underneath your tongue, you can put it on your finger and stick it into your mouth. You can put it into a veggie capsule, which is just an empty capsule, and add a couple of drops of the essential oil and take it that way. And that is a great way to take your essential oils if you are going through a number of different health concerns or certain health concerns. I would recommend, depending on what that concern is, as I'm working with people, to internalize the essential oil that way. So we make it very simple, very easy to see that you can internalize your essential oil. Now, there are some blends out there that we do have that are not meant for internal usage. And so we put that onto our bottles as well. We will label it for you to diffuse aromatically or apply topically. So if you do not have that food label on your bottle, it just means that it's not meant to internalize. You're not going to get the best benefits that way. And so the third way that you can use the essential oils is topically, and that's simply putting it onto the skin. Again, the skin is the biggest organ on the body, so putting anything on your skin is going to absorb into your system. And again, like we talked about a little bit earlier, one of the best places to put the essential oil is on your feet. Now, on your feet, you have a number of reflex points. So if there's an organ that you are working with or something that you are really wanting to focus your essential oils on, there are places on your foot where you can put them, whether it's your thyroid, your stomach, your kidney, your spleen, your intestines, your bladder, or even if it's your brain. For instance, when I am really wanting to focus on my pineal gland, which is a gland that's in your brain, and over evolutions, our pineal gland has shrunk, so it is very concerning. The pineal gland is also considered kind of that third eye that a lot of people refer to. It really helps with the enlightened part of our being. And so when I'm putting either frankincense or even a Brovite, is another one that I absolutely love using for my pineal gland, I will rub that right on the inside of my big toe when I'm really trying to focus on just that pineal gland. Otherwise, if I'm using a roller ball, I'll swipe it just right up and down and rub it all throughout my foot. Or I'll put a drop into the palm of my hand, and I'll just rub my hand right up and down my foot. Now, when I'm doing it that way too, with it on my hands, know that you are also getting it and the reflex points that you have in your hand as well. So if you're applying it to a loved one or applying it to the bottom of your feet, you're going to still get those benefits and the different parts of the body as well. So if you just rub your hands together with the essential oils, you're going to hit a lot of those reflex points too. And as well as on your back. So if you're working with a loved one or yourself, and you are sensitive to certain smells, as in you don't like the smell, for children who have ADD or ADHD, certain smells can trigger things for them. So when we're working with someone who is very sensitive to the actual smell because of what it may trigger, one of the great places aside from the foot is the actual back. I use essential oils there too if I'm fighting a fever, or one of my little ones has a fever. It is a great place. I rub peppermint down the actual spine, and that will help break the actual fever. And that works really great with my son. Because we're all chemically different, I do a little bit different with my daughter. Her body does not respond in the same way with just the peppermint. We actually do peppermint and lime for her, which will help break her fever a lot faster. So let's talk about, the actual blends. What can you do with these essential oils? So one of the blends that I really like talking about, because a lot of people nowadays just have this incredible amount of pain that they suffer through at one point or another, whether it is a headache or muscle joint pain, or just, working out kind of pain. So there's a point in everyone's life where we suffer from pain. but it's not something that you have to live with, right? There are ways that you can actually start repairing it. And so the nerve pain blend is one of my favorite blends to really introduce to everyone. And what that calls for is 2 drops lavender, 3 drops marjoram, 3 drops helichrysum, and 4 drops Roman chamomile. And so these oils are really great when it comes to pain. Lavender is very calming and soothing to the skin itself, right? So it's really gonna help with calming the area, soothing the area to relieve that pain itself. You know, if you have a burn, lavender on the burn works really well with calming it and relieving the actual pain of that burn. Marjoram is one of the oils that is great on the nervous system itself. It really help calming in the nervous system in the way that it is responding to the actual area, or that it's firing its responses. So marjoram is really great with calming the actual nervous system. It's great for muscles as well, and it's also great for tissue. And what really enhances that is the helichrysum. Helichrysum is going to be great for blood. So your blood vessels, the tissue repair in the area. So having that in there is not only going to help with, you know, the lavender with calming and the marjoram for the pain, the helichrysum is really going to start going in there and helping with the repairing, as well as the Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is another great calming. And its aroma. Most people know the Roman chamomile for its calming aroma and its lemon balm scent to it. Or it's, sorry, not lemon balm, the calming floral scent of the Roman chamomile. And so those oils combined together really help with taking care of the nerve pain. So when you're looking at your recipes, you want to, one, find your recipe. So that's part of being that proactive, taking a look and just keeping up to date with the different blends and things like that that you can create. You want to make sure that you have all your ingredients. So fractionated coconut oil is really, really important when you're making your blend. Fractionated coconut oil, or any kind of carrier oil, really. I enjoy fractionated coconut oil because it really covers the area that you're focusing on really well. And you can get that from doTERRA. You can also get that from any of your local health food stores with like BJ's, Sprouts, things like that will really be great places to start with getting those. I personally like the doTERRA ones because it's the most cost efficient that I've seen so far. Your roller balls, you can get those on Amazon or Aroma Tools. They will carry it there too. You can get them in 5 milliliters, 10 milliliters. This blend here is great for a 10 milliliter roller ball, and you just top that rest of that ball off with your fractionated coconut oil or the carrier oil of your choice. The stickers, as you can see on the top of those bottles there, you can have the stickers and you put it on your actual roller ball so you can remember what oils you put in there. And then when you're making your blend, enjoy it. Take a moment to really breathe in the aromas of the blend, breathe the individual essential oils, and know that this is your time. This is your me time, as I like to say, that you can really enjoy the process of being proactive. Now, we have diffuser blends that you can actually use too for that emotional part. So again, really triggering in the olfactor, and really getting those emotions under control. So whether you're stressed or you're angry or you're bored or you're nervous or sad or anxious, there is a beautiful diffuser blend that you can use, or essential oils alone that you can use to really help with stabilizing out the emotional aspect of life. And so, for instance, I love diffusing that stress blend. It's 3 drops lavender, 3 drops lemon, 1 drop spearmint in my diffuser. I fill it up with water first, and then I add my essential oils into it, and I just let it diffuse. And the stress just rolls off. You know, it's really grounding and calming and relaxing and purifying. And it just helps reduce the amount of stress that I'm experiencing as I'm inhaling that into my system. So a couple of the other things here that I have to have into my home, and I want to make sure that you're aware that doTERRA is definitely a science company that specializes in essential oils, but our number one product that we actually sell is our Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is a product that people love the most. It's probably had the most responses of being a game changer for people. It is amazing. And as a holistic health advisor, I absolutely advocate supplementing your health. Unless you're eating 60 mils of clean, grass-fed, organic chicken with clean vegetables and fruits, you are not getting the nutrients that you need. It's just that simple. Our foods now are so beyond processed that it is very concerning on the lack of nutrition that we actually get. And so when I'm explaining it to even my children on why they need to make sure that they supplement, I kind of tell them it's like a plant, right? A plant will start its growth. It does really well. There's not much that you have to do with it. But when that plant gets to a certain point, it needs food. It needs the nutrients. And if it doesn't have the right nutrients and stable amount of it, it will begin to die. You'll have the spots on there, it will wither, it will not produce its fruit or its flowers, and it will start losing its luster and eventually just die off. Well, we are no different. We are living just like that plant is, and we need our nutrients just as much. So making sure that you have your whole foods, your omegas, that you have the fatty acids in there, and that it is a balanced source of it is really important. I know that we live in a time where if a little bit goes a long way, a whole lot more will do better, but that's not the case when it comes to your health. Over supplementing and having too much of something can be really detrimental to the body because your organs can only filter through so much. And when you put them into that stage where they have to work harder, it hurts the body. So making sure that you have a stable amount of nutrients, and mineral, and vitamins, and whole foods is really important. And that's what the Lifelong Vitality Pack gives you. This has been so amazing on getting people to feel energized and ready to go, that people notice when they run out of it and they stop taking it, the instant that they start taking it, how it affects your body. And so they're like, wow, I never knew that I could have such a nice, healthy, fulfilling life with these supplements. Now, as important as those are, I will tell you that none of that will matter if you do not have a probiotic into your daily regimen of supplements. Probiotics are huge with making sure that you have the healthy bacteria in your gut to keep that gut life healthy. All disease starts in the gut. So if you can make sure that your gut is healthy, you are giving your body the optimal opportunity to flourish and be healthy and repair itself. And now probiotics are not created equally, just like our essential oils out there are not created equally. You want to make sure that you have a probiotic that also has a prebiotic that comes with it. And the reason why you need the prebiotics is because the prebiotics is the food or fuel for your probiotic. Without the prebiotic, that probiotic will not flourish. And so you want to make sure that you have both. And you want to make sure that whatever probiotic you're taking is created in a way that it is going to travel through your stomach acid and get into the gut. If it deteriorates in the stomach acid, before it gets to the actual intestines to flourish, it's done you no good. So the doTERRA's probiotic is amazing because it's been created to get through the stomach acid, make it into the gut, have the prebiotic fuel the probiotic so that you create that healthy environment for good bacteria to grow, and so that you can help prevent that leaky gut syndrome, which leads to inflammation in the body, which allows things to pass through your stomach lining and cause skin irritations. And that's where a lot of people are seeing a lot of the skin problem or Hashimoto's and other health concerns, is because they have that leaky gut syndrome. Now, Mito 2 Max is another really important thing that I like. A lot of people who know me and who are close to me really know that I used to be really, really hard on caffeine and caffeinated drinks. And so the Mito 2 Max is what helped me get off of the caffeinated drinks so that I can start living a healthier life and removing a lot of those non-necessary toxins out of my life. The Mito 2 Max gives me a nice, stable boost of energy without the heart racing, without the jitters. It's just a nice way of being able to get through my day without needing a whole bunch of caffeine and not hitting that caffeine wall where it starts to deteriorate and you need to recaffeinate. It's just a nice, stable energy, and it really helps with making sure that my cells metabolize the sugar the way that it's supposed to. Serenity. If you are having any kind of issues with sleeping or staying asleep and really getting that restful sleep and waking up and feeling rejuvenated, then Serenity is going to be your next best friend to frankincense. Serenity essential oil is great to diffuse. It has beautiful oils like vanilla, lavender, cedarwood, just to name a few of those really calming, grounding essential oils. And diffusing that at night or putting it on your chest or on your pillow is really going to help calm your mind and calm your body so that you can drift off into that sleep. And the Serenity supplement is really going to help get you into that REM sleep longer. So whether you're getting 4 or 5 hours, you're going to wake up like you got 10 hours of sleep, and you are going to be ready to go without feeling the grogginess of the over-the-counter sleeping medicines that they have out there. And this is going to be a natural, nice alternative to taking any of that. Now, just like us, our little ones need to make sure that they're getting their vitamins and their supplements as well. I mean, let's be honest, they've probably taken more toxins than we do with all the sugar, the candy, the ice cream, and all the other things that they sneak and eat. So having a probiotic for the little ones are really important too, and making sure that their gut health is really stable and allowing that their bodies have that foundation of a healthy gut. Because again, even for little ones, all disease will start in the gut. And so again, here, doTERRA does have that prebiotic to go along with the probiotic, but they've made it so delicious that your kids will not fight you on it. It is a beautiful watermelon strawberry tasting supplement that they can use, and it comes in a powder form, and you can mix that into yogurt or they can take it straight. My kids love taking it, opening the packet and taking it straight. They think they're getting a treat or a candy, so it works for me. The A to Z is their multivitamin. They definitely need to make sure that they're getting those vitamins that they're just not getting throughout their daily meals. And then their omegas. So the omega, the IQ omega there will have a nice orangey taste to it, orange taste to it. So it's really great and easy to get those into your kids' system. If you're going to want to mix that with yogurt or like an organic ice cream, you can definitely do that as well. It does not diminish the compounds in there. So let's talk about how do you get these essential oils and products into your home if you don't already. So you can definitely go to my site, mydoterra.com/do-life. Anyone who does go there, I do work with you. And so what you get if you go there and you want to do the wholesale. So there's two ways that you can get your essential oil. There's wholesale and retail. So wholesale, there's a whole bunch of benefits that you get with that. One, you get wholesale pricing, hence the word wholesale, which is 25% off of the retail pricing. So you're getting the essential oils for 25% less than anyone who's getting it retail. You have no obligations to purchase or share any product. It's like a Costco membership. It honestly is. It gives you your discount and your benefits when you need them and when you want them. You get discount and or free shipping options as well with the wholesale membership. And there is an opportunity to earn free oils. Absolutely. Every single month, there is a different oil with the wholesale membership that you can take advantage of getting free. You have the ability to earn income if that is something that you're interested in. If you would like to get an income, please reach out to me. To be honest with you, it is hard to not share these essential oils. They are just so powerful and so profound in how great and versatile they are. So, you can definitely make an income with doTERRA. And you do get your support from me. So like I said, I will follow up with you. I will contact you. I will put you on my weekly email and getting you the information and support that you need for any of the health concerns that you are going through, so that we can make sure that we get you to that optimal health and get you to live that better life and live a longer life, healthier. You can also get the essential oils retail. There's no discounts on it. There's still no obligation to purchase or anything like that. You do lose out on the opportunity of getting the free oil. And there's definitely no discount on the shipping at all. So what you can do is when you go to the website, you can just hit shop. That will get you right into the retail side of it. If you hit join and save, that will get you into the options of either purchasing one of those kits at the beginning that we saw, or customizing your set with the membership and then the custom set of oils. Now, if you have any questions how this would actually work for you, reach out to me and let me know. There is a link on the actual site which you can use to contact me. Now, if you already have these oils in your home and you are starting to learn and work with them, fantastic. If you are wanting to take advantage of your wholesale membership that you do have, make sure that when you are looking to get any of the other products into your home, whether it's a refill of one of the essential oils or the supplement or beauty product or the washing soaps or anything like that, that you are using it through your LRP or the loyalty rewards program, because that's the way that you get your free oils. And that is the way that you get the best benefits of your actual doTERRA membership. It's not something that you have to do. You still can do your single one-time orders on there and get your 25% discount. But like all the loved ones I have around me and the people who I really care about, I really want to make sure that they are getting the essential oils and products that they need at that discounted pricing, and they are getting the best benefits from it. Again, I'm not in the medical side of things, where I'm not here to just have you continue to pay and pay and pay something that you don't need. I want to make sure that when we are working with your health and we are being proactive and preventative, we are also making sure that you're financially stable as well, because that is something that plays a part in your health overall with stress levels and things like that. So we want to make sure that we take care of you on both fronts, both your health and financially. So going through the loyalty reward program is just one way to make sure that you get your full benefits of it. Now, as far as needing additional information, there is a wealth of places that you can go to for additional support. For a lot of my self-learners out there who want to just stay on top and be proactive, I highly recommend the Modern Essentials book and the Essential Life book as well. Those are a must to have in your arsenal of information. The Emotional and Essential Oils, that is another great book to have to really work with your essential oils and to have the ability to find out what essential oils are really going to help you with any emotional aspect of life, whether that is stress, depression, any of those kind of things. You really want to make sure that you have this here so that you can have something to refer to when you're going through those different parts of your day or life that are triggering some of these emotional feelings that you're having. The Essential Oil Natural Remedies is a fantastic book to have too. You can get that, any of these books you can actually get on Amazon. The Essential Oil Natural Remedies also is carried in your Barnes & Noble stores as well. Then of course we have a couple of different web pages that you can go to. Of course, your number one resource on the internet you can go to is mydoterra.com. There is the doTERRA.com as well, where you can find different recipes and things like that. That mydoTERRA.com is going to be where you can go to actually log in and get into your account and look at the details of the actual essential oils. doTERRA.com will have some of the essential oils, but also a lot of recipes and DIY things that you can use as well. ShareSuccess.com is going to be a great place just to continue education on how to use the essential oils as well. And then for your essential oil tools, the aroma tools, Oil Life, Amazon.com are some great places to go for things like roller balls, the spray bottles, your droppers, things like that to actually use when making your blends and things to actually implement them into your home. Now, some of the Facebook support groups that we do have, we have the Healthier Together with the Essential Oils. That is a group that I personally do manage, where I like to provide a lot of the recipes and keep you up to date with a lot of the updates in these doTERRA Life and things like that. Educate and Empower, One Tribe. Those are going to be other support groups. Those have a couple hundred different peoples in there. So those are going to be really great places to ask questions, to get support with certain health concerns as well. You can go through those groups and find out information that maybe people have asked questions about and people have responded with real life remedies that they have used. These groups here are all private groups, so that Healthier Together with Essential Oils, Educate and Empower Customer Support, and One Tribe Oil Community are all private groups. And the reason that I like to point that out is whenever you comment in there or you ask a question, the only people who can see those are the people who are in those groups. So if it is a private matter and maybe you don't want your friends or coworkers or family who are friends with you on Facebook to know, then they will not know any of those questions that you ask in these groups here. Those are going to just be private to the people who are in there. The New Year Detox, Cleanse, and Restore is a private group, and that is going to be great if you want to keep up to date with different ways of eating clean and detoxing the system. The Healthier Together with Essential Oils page, it is slightly different than the actual group. So depending on which one you want to be part of, or if you want to be part of both of them, it's great. And that one does have recipes and remedies and videos on there as well. And that is a public page. So it's really for anyone who just wants overall essential oil support. Okay. I do want to thank you for being here. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me, to call, email, text, send a pigeon over with a piece of paper, however it is that you want to communicate. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you need help or support, reach out to me. I am always here for you, or reach out to the person who introduced you into the essential oils, and just be open and let the essential oils work with your body and getting you into that healthier, better you that you deserve to be. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening.